Hello, everyone. This exclusive interview is a part of our campaign E-commerce Trends 2022, in which we are talking to industry experts and gathering their thoughts on the subject. Today, we have with us Nikhil Kulkarni, Sales Director, UKI and MEA Commerce Tools, who will be sharing his expertise and thoughts in this interview. Nikhil is responsible for the Middle East region and strategic accounts in UKI. Nikhil has been with Commerce Tools since a year after spending 5 years in Salesforce. He has a good industry experience covering retail, CPG, and B2B commerce. Thank you, Nikhil, for joining us and sharing your valuable thoughts on the trends of e-commerce industry, which we foresee in 2022.
Thank you, Akansha.
We have witnessed a tremendous shift in customer behavior and a stellar growth in the e-commerce globally over the last 2 years. So, Nikhil, what are your insights on the future of e-commerce in 2022 and beyond?
Akansha, thank you for the question. It's a question that a lot of the companies that we work with are tackling. There is a fundamental shift, especially over the last 2 years, where consumers and customers are now very familiar with online shopping, and the trend is increasingly moving from physical stores and other channels to a more omni-channel, online channel direction. This is led with what I call experience-driven commerce. And what I mean by that is your experience on the online channels has to meet or exceed the experience that you would get from a store or a one-to-one channel that you were familiar with while engaging with certain brands. So I think a brand or a company needs to pay particular attention on making sure that the experience that they have in a store, which they were familiar with, now also is the experience that they provide to their consumers or customers online or any other channel. Especially now, customers are also increasingly becoming more social conscious, if you like, and socially driven. So take an example. When I go shopping, I rely a lot on customer reviews, customer feedback. I'm not of the generation perhaps that relies on influencers, but you can see how influencers could be part of that social fabric. So a brand or a company needs to now increasingly focus on that experience-led commerce that is driven with a social movement, i.e. review-based, feedback-based, influencer-based, but also think about it as an omni-channel. It's no more just e-commerce. I think so it's commerce as a whole, and therefore you need to meet your customer wherever that customer is in whichever channel.
That's very good to know, actually. And talking about the experience-driven commerce, we can say that the frictionless commerce is normal right now. So how is the industry leveraging this to exceed customers' expectation and making the buyer's shopping journey more delightful?
Good question. And I think so there's a shift in the industry where the customer of ours and industries and brands that I have been interacting with are consciously trying to remove the friction from the experience, because it's an experience-led commerce journey. The less friction you have, the better your experience is going to be. One example I can quickly, from my personal nature, share with you is Uber. So I take Uber wherever I go, and it's quite easy to book an Uber, take a ride, make a payment online. And the friction from that experience that you have has been removed wherever possible. So therefore, it's a pleasant journey. It's an easy to book, easy to ride, easy to pay application. Therefore, my engagement with Uber is pretty high. So if you take that example and incorporate into your online commerce or omni-channel strategy, composability of applications, i.e. taking the best of breed solutions out there, to provide a better experience is what we call a modern commerce architecture that is coming together. So for example, commercetools provides a excellent e-commerce engine, but that experience is enhanced with partners of ours who may provide a search capability, a payment capability, or a content management capability. And bringing those best of breed solutions together, you have a better chance of giving a more frictionless experience to your consumer or your customer. I can take an example of payment. I personally, I'm subscribed to Amazon, for example, and it's more likely that I will shop with a site that has Amazon Pay. Because it's just easy for me to use Amazon Pay or Apple Pay to have a better shopping experience. So if you are taking a best of breed payment engine, there are many partners of commercetools out there. The two I can think of are Adyen and checkout.com. They are constantly innovating payment on delivery, frictionless payment, et cetera. So incorporating best of breed technologies in a composable architecture will give you the functionalities that are required to provide a frictionless commerce experience to your consumers or your customers.
That's really amazing. So now the things are changing, the trends are changing, and we have moved beyond the real world into the virtual world, which we call metaverse. The metaverse actually has the potential to transform beyond recognition how we communicate and interact with one another and with businesses across the world. So, where do you see e-commerce blurring these lines between the physical and the digital or virtual world with metaverse?
That's a great question, and it's something that I have been thinking about a lot. As increasingly our customers are coming to us and asking us these questions as well. A couple of things. commercetools, because it's based on microservices and API, and maybe one could go to commercetools.com to understand those concepts a bit more. It means you can provide a shopping experience in any channel, so including a social channel, of which metaverse might be a example. So now if you talk about metaverse on its own, the concept is not really very new. There have been attempts like MySpace, et cetera, to create a environment. Metaverse, I believe, just goes beyond, more immersive, and allows you to interact with, socially with your peers, friends, or also with brands and companies in a world that is recreated in a virtual environment. Now, I personally believe this could go in two ways. One, it could be a hobbyist environment, but if there is real value and real engagement, then this could become a more parallel or alternative channel to sort of exist in, if you like. So for me, there are two things companies should think about. Is establish a presence in metaverse, because increasingly, if you see brands like Nike, H&M, etc., they've started taking that steps towards metaverse. But also rethink what your engagement with a customer would be in metaverse. If you try to recreate the physical environment or the online shopping environment in a metaverse, then that might not add value to my shopping experience. So for example, I might start my journey in a metaverse. I might come into your store, look at the if I was interested in clothes, for example, look at the displays, look at the clothes that are being shown, engage virtually with maybe a sales assistant. But maybe I might stop my journey there and come physically in a store because I've gone to have lunch or dinner with my friends. And then I take my friend into your physical store and actually try out those dresses or those jeans or shirts. But I'm still not convinced. But I might add them to my basket. And on my way home, I might look it up on my mobile app and then decide, actually, that was a nice jeans, and I might buy it. So you need to have a frictionless experience in, and have a conversational commerce journey, which takes me from maybe a metaverse environment to a physical environment to back to an online environment, and making sure that it is seamlessly delivered. So I think metaverse has a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see how that grows.
That's amazing. So these were some very wonderful thoughts which you shared on the changing e-commerce industry. I would want to know more about the plans of Commerce Tools. How is Commerce Tools leveraging these trends and setting up new industry benchmarks?
Thank you for asking that question. And I'm particularly proud of joining Commerce Tools. I was very interested in the headless commerce architecture and where the industry was going. So a fun fact, our founder, Dirk, actually coined the term headless commerce. So he started this journey 7 years ago, where he saw that commerce needs to be unshackled from the web or mobile experience, and commerce needs to be delivered wherever a customer happens to be, in whichever channel. Commerce Tools came up with this headless commerce architecture, which means you can deliver commerce experience no matter which channel your customer is in. Now, this is becoming an industry standard. We have groups like Mac Alliance, which subscribe to the Mac architecture philosophy, which means microservices, API first, cloud native, headless architecture. And companies are coming together in this movement. Recently, AWS joined Mac Alliance, further validating this industry global standard that is emerging. So where Commerce Tools comes in is making sure that we keep innovating in our core proposition, which is commerce. So we provide a fantastic composable commerce architecture and platform that is cloud native, and what we describe as a first-class citizen of cloud. So we are in the cloud and not on the cloud, and there's a key difference. So we'll further keep innovating in that. But recently, our Chief Product Officer, Kelly, also pointed out our strategy is to build the tools for commerce. So we will be building a portfolio of services to give our customers that choice of building frictionless, experience-led commerce experiences. So our first acquisition towards that was front-end as a service, Fantastic. It is, a service that is designed to provide excellent front-end solution for our customers, but also, it's not, coupled or integrated into Commerce Tools. We have integrations with Fantastic, but we also remain partners with other front-end solutions. The idea is to build a portfolio of services that are composable and independently available, but jointly make up a great commerce architecture.
That's amazing to know, Nikhil. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for being a part of this and sharing your valuable thoughts on the e-commerce trends. And we love to know the amazing role Commerce Tools is playing to deliver the commerce wherever the customers are. Thank you for joining this.
Thank you, Akansha. And I really appreciate the partnership we have with you. And we look forward to delighting a lot of our joint customers.